Now we're going to talk about multiplying radicals. First, we'll review the steps for multiplying radicals. Step 1, when you multiply the numbers outside, when you multiply radicals, multiply the numbers outside the radical with other numbers outside the radical. Step 2, multiply the radicands with other radicands. So basically, if it's anything outside the radical, you multiply that together in both terms. And then if it's stuff that's inside the radical or under the radical, the radicands, you multiply those together. And then at the end, you always want to simplify if possible. So a few examples we're going to look at here. First, you're going to multiply, then simplify if possible. And if we do that, 3 times 2 is 6. And the radicands, 10 and 6 are multiplied together to get 60. So you get 6 radical 60. And now you have to see if you can simplify that any further. And 60, so we would just do exactly what we did yesterday with simplifying radicals. And it will break down into 12 radical 15. All right, example 2. Distribute, then simplify if possible. So we have 7 radical 2. That means we're going to multiply that by 4 first. That 4 is a whole number. It's not a radicand. So we will multiply the 7 and the 4 together. And then we will multiply the 7 radical 2 times the negative radical 3. So we would treat that like it's a negative 1 in front of it. So we would get 28 radical 2, because we multiplied the 7 and the 4 together in the first term inside the parentheses. And then if we multiply 7 times the negative 1, we get the negative 7, which is why it's minus 7. And the 2 and the 3 inside under the radicals, the radicands, are multiplied together to get 6. And if there was anything to simplify, we would, but that is our final answer. All right. I want you to pause the video and try to do these two on your own. Okay. Now, when you do these, you have, then you do radical 3 times radical 12. You'll get radical 36, which is a perfect square, so your answer is 6. And on number 4, radical 5, we're going to distribute again. Radical 5 times radical 2 will be radical 10. And radical 5 times 1 will be radical 5. And now I would leave that as my answer. There is nothing else that I can do.